a lot of religions are being used as a way to attack other religions, na very critical na sabihin to, pero na pupugutan ka ng ulo pag hindi ka naniwala sa Diyos nila at hindi ka mag-pray sa Diyos nila. So how can we just disregard that it's just a minority?
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Sir JR po ng Usap-Usap University, at kung ikaw po ay baguhan, welcome po. Tuloy po kayo sa atin pong channel. Ang atin pong ginagawa rito, tayo po ay nagbe-breakdown, nag-a-analyze, naghihimay ng mga argumento sa mga religious discussions, sa mga religious debates especially. Pero sa ating episode ngayon, ayun, na-miss ko na po ito dahil po kadalasan, in the past couple of episodes ang atin pong ginagawa, nanonood tayo ng mga Bible study, Bible exposition, mga documentaries. Pero sa ngayon po, balik po tayo sa debate, pero ito po ay isang school debate. Ito po ay Schoolmates Debate, which is a very nice program po na it's been going on for a couple of years already. And what they do is pupunta po sila ng iba't ibang mga universities, iba't ibang mga high schools, at nagkakaroon ng actual na debate sa mga school grounds po. So yan po ang ating papanoorin for the first time. And very, very important dahil nga Kwaresma na naman. So magiging mas relihiyoso ang ating mga kababayan. At Ramadan season pa ngayon. So napakagandang timing po nito. Pero ang topic do po na ito na kanilang pagdedebatehan ay ang importansya ng relihiyon. So sa akin pong pag-aanalisa, ako po ay dating university debater mula po sa Mindanao State University sa Iligan. Ako rin po ay nagdebate sa ABS-CBN News Channel, at ako ay miyembro ng isang international na public speaking organization, ang Toastmasters International. So ano pang hinihintay natin mga ka-U3? Samahan niyo po ako. Let's watch this video together. Let's go!
Hi schoolmates! Relihiyon, mas nakabubuti nga ba o nakasasama? Ang relihiyon ay isang sistema ng pagsamba sa Diyos na naaayon sa saloobin, paniniwalang kultural o pandaigdigang pananaw ng isang tao o isang organisasyon. Malaki ang ambag ng relihiyon sa paghubog ng moralidad at pag-uugali ng isang tao na nakabubuti para sa lipunan. Sa Pilipinas, ang pagkakaroon ng relihiyon ay isang karapatang pantao. Kilala rin ng mga Pilipino bilang relihiyoso at tapat na deboto. Ngunit may mga bansang mayroong higit sa isang relihiyon na nagdudulot ng hindi pagkakaunawaan sa pagitan ng bawat grupo. Mayroon ding paniniwala na hindi sang-ayon ng lahat, kung kaya't nagkakaroon ng hidwaan na nakakaapekto sa pamamalakad ng bansa. Sa tingin niyo schoolmates, mas nakabubuti nga ba ang relihiyon o nakasasama?
Schoolmates, lahat tayo ay may freedom to religion. Ang relihiyon ay isang organized collection of beliefs and cultural systems that ties us to a certain order of existence. At dito sa Pilipinas ay napakaraming relihiyon na existent. Tayo nga ay isa sa mga pinaka-diverse in terms of religion na pinangungunahan ng Roman Catholic Christianity, sinigundahan naman ng Islam at iba pang uri ng Kristyanismo.
Tama ka dyan, Tresha, pero hindi nga natin may iwasan na nagkakaroon tayo ng mga conflict and disagreements dahil nga may iba't ibang relihiyon ng mga tao, at dumarating din tayo sa punto na naapektuhan pati ang pamamalakad ng isang bansa dahil nga may iba't ibang ideologies at paniniwala ang mga mamamayan nito. Tresha, very timely, napakaganda at napakasensitibo rin ang topic natin ngayong gabi. Kaya naman, sino-sino nga ba ang mga makakasama natin? Ang ating unang grupo ay naniniwalang nakakabuti ang relihiyon. Sila ay sina Thea, Clarice, and John.
Religion is a set of beliefs that worship a supreme being, while others thought of it as a way of life and a way of thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to resolve whether religion has done more good than bad. And we, on the affirmative side, believes that religion has done more good than bad due to the following reasons why. First, religion sets a standard for living in morality, ethics, and value system. Religion encourages people to practice the way they lead their life and help them understand the essence of doing good, intent to please an authoritative figure. When we put an action towards that, we are also cultivating a healthy environment where each and every one of us prioritizes the welfare of our society. The purpose of this is that religion helps people to be more socially acceptable and produce more effective individuals that would want to participate and contribute willingly through common interests and shared beliefs. Next, religion has helped people in the marginalized sectors of our society improving their lives through medical missions, charity works, and livelihood programs. If we bang away religious beliefs, we would also discourage the fact that there are always people improving towards the standard.
Okay, before that, wait a minute. Sandali lang, Clarice. Masyado kayatang mabilis. So, ang structure po ng Schoolmates Debate ay meron po silang first na opening statement by usually the leader of both the proposition and the opposition. And then, sa kalagitnaan meron silang parang free for all na reaction, pero yung mga host nga magbibigay lang ng particular na question. So, ito parang opening statement pa lang ito, pero parang lahat na yata ng argumento nililay down niya na, no? The problem sometimes is that if you give too much information sa umpisa pa lang, mahirap nang sundan. Pero actually, debate style din po kasi yan. Sa totoo lamang po, so meron pong three different speeds kumbaga sa pagpe-present po ng mga arguments, and for others na they feel na masyado silang maraming argumento, mabilis silang magsalita. Actually quite common po yan especially sa Amerika, yung kanilang mga debates po sa university debates, napakabilis nilang magsalita. Pero ako hindi ako ganun in a way, because yung style ko po kasi is slow burn po muna ako. So medyo mabagal sa umpisa, pag nagdedebate po ako at nag-emphasize na lang po at medyo bumibilis, depende po sa time po. Pero the point here is opening statement pa lang. So relax muna guys, sana nag-slow down ka para mas madali naming maintindihan yung sinasabi mo.
We need to acknowledge the fact that religion has helped and benefit the communities in many ways possible, so that they may uplift the current status quo and the current situation that they are thriving in. So in these reasons, we are proud to propose that religion has done more good than bad, and I rest my case.
At ang ating namang ikalawang grupo ay naniniwalang religion does more harm than good. Sila ay sina Michael, Stephanie, and Jonathan.
The opposition side strongly believes that religion causes more harm than good. According to German philosopher and economist Karl Marx, he described religion as the opium of the people. Opium is a depressant drug that temporarily induces the pain of a person without actually relieving the person's suffering.
Wow.
So, using smart logic, religion is
Marx.
being used as a way to solve all their problems, but when in reality, a false hope is being given that the supreme being will just solve all their problems. Therefore, a temporary sense of relief is being given. So, if religion is just giving false hope, our second argument paints religion as a limitation for critical thinking and morality. If we use religion as a dictation of how we should live our lives and how we should solve all our problems, our critical thinking is numbed. Therefore, our sense of right or wrong has been manipulated. Also, there's a fear of a supreme being knowingly watches us that what he sees is right or wrong. Therefore, people cannot decide what they did is actually right or wrong in a given situation. Additionally, there are different religions and different ideologies that is connected to morality. So therefore, religion is painted in our third argument, which is conflict. Religion causes conflict in a sense where there are different reiterations of a supreme being, therefore causes division and a competitive conflict on which supreme being is higher than the other. Hence, there is another conflict on which religion is more supreme than the other. With that, we are proud to propose that religion causes more harm than good.
Ang galing! I know, nakuha sa mga batang ito. Yeah, I could really see their background, debate background. So, it's been quite a while na nakakita ko ng ganito din kahusay na, kumbaga, debate backgrounds talaga ang nakikita ko sa mga debaters. So, I'm excited, and this is a very, very nice topic din, So, let's continue.
Nagigil yung mga schoolmates
I
natin
know.
kasi simula pa lamang yan, pero hindi
Yeah.
natin kung paano pa sila mas magigigil mamaya pag pinalabas na nila ang iba pa nilang mga argumento. Pero reminder lang sa ating mga schoolmates, hindi lamang yung mga debaters ang maaaring magpaalam ng kanilang mga opinion patungkol
Okay.
sa ating topic kung religion does more harm or good. Dahil kasama ko pa rin ang ating mga schoolmates dito sa Technological Institute of the Philippines, Quezon City. Mamaya,
I don't have any qualms about how the opposition really painted their case. Pero siguro sa pag-structure na lang, Kasi okay naman yung arguments nila in saying that religion does harm than good. Yung sinasabi nila na may limitation nga sa critical thinking, yung way of life, yung panacea siya, na it solves all. So for others, they treat religion as the overall solution to everything. So yun, na-mention din yun. Pero I felt na sana mas ginawa nilang number one na argument yung pagkakahiwa-hiwalay talaga. Kasi you have to also contextualize kapag nagdedebate po kayo, saan ba siyang setting mas appropriate, and ika-craft mo yung arguments mo na mag-fit kung saang kultura or lipunan kayo. And sa ating lipunan sa Pilipinas, ano bang usual na problema natin sa reliyon? Diba? So ito yung pagkakahiwa-hiwalay, hindi pagkakaunawaan dahil nga magkaiba ng paniniwala. So if it's me, I could have crafted it sa first, yung first two, mag-focus ako doon sa problema ng reliyon sa Pilipinas. And then you can add others.
ay bibigyan din natin silang pagkakataon na magtanong at magbigay ng kanilang opinion. Pero kayo rin pong mga schoolmates natin sa inyong mga kabahayan, maaari din po kayo magpadala ng inyong mga mensahe at ilan po sa mga yan ay aking babasahin mamaya. Sa ating pagbabalik, umpisa na ng mas mainit na diskusyon dito lamang sa Schoolmates!
Team leaders. Welcome back, schoolmates! Kanina nga narinig na natin ang opening statements sa magkabilang grupo mula sa kanilang mga team leaders kung nakakabuti nga ba o nakakasama ang relihiyon.
Tama ka dyan, Gab. At ngayon naman, chance naman ito ng ating mga team members para masabi ang kanilang mga stand. Kaya naman, simulan natin, Clarice.
We do believe that religion does more good than harm, especially
especially because of the fact that religion also provides a benefit to social engagement. How so? In social engagement, we are able to socially engage with other people in an aspect wherein we are the same in beliefs and in thoughts as well. And because of that, we can also create this sense of belongingness within a group and also create a benefit to each other wherein we can grow and create friendship, camaraderie, and also brotherhood with one another. And at the same time, because of this, we are also able to freely express ourselves, since religion is also a freedom of expression and belief. And suppressing such is also somewhat a harm, since without this, we are not able to exercise our freedom to believe in our thoughts. And with that, we can conclude, or I can say that our side really does believe that religion does more good than harm. And with that, I rest my case.
Yun. So according to Clarice, it does more good than harm because one, it benefits to our social engagement. And two, sinabi nga ni Clarice na ang relihiyon ay naging isang plataforma na for self-expression. So ano masasabi mo doon, Jonathan?
Religion provides barriers, division, and chaos in our society. In addition to that, it also leads to bloody wars, which are caused by the thinking of most of their religion that their religion is the one true religion.
Yep. Very nice point. And that's just the reality, no? Titingnan po natin ang history. Sabi nga po nila, no, na mas marami pa ang namamatay, mas maraming deaths ang na-cause in the name of God. Ayan. O yan po talaga ang sad na reality natin. But kasi isipin kasi natin, ang mga bakod na ginawa natin sa isang particular na relihiyon upang tayo ay magsama-sama bilang isang grupo or lipon ng mga tao ay ang bakod din na naghihiwalay sa inyo sa outside world. So in short, the fence that unites you in your religious organization also is the fence that separates you and divides you from others. But anyway, nagustuhan ko yung sinabi nun sa pro kanina, yung patungkol sa social engagement, indeed, and gusto ko lang ma-mention dito yung konsepto ng social glue, no? Ng exclusive na membership ng isang particular na religious organization for that matter, it provides them a social glue that ties them up. Binibigkis sila, no, bilang isang grupo, which happens, of course, obviously, in all of our religions in the country.
And disregards other religion that exists in our society. One of the significant examples of this is on how religion became a major factor on other countries to colonize other countries during the early centuries, specifically Western Eastern countries, who bombarded other countries with wars that do not have the same belief or religion with them. It also enhances our argument that religion provides chaos in our society and also promotes competition and to know who is more superior than the other. So we believe that religion is not really beneficial because it promotes this unity and this harmony. And with that, we can really say that religion does more harm than good.
Actually, yung sinabi niya kanina, it was well backed by different historical facts. Nakita natin yun all throughout different centuries, even here in the Philippines. So, napaka mabigat na argumento agad yung pinakita niya. So, ano naman ang masasabi mo dito, Jan?
We can argue that in Thomas Hobbes' theory of social contract, we can say that a Leviathan is needed, and a Leviathan is a higher, more powerful being that will maintain order and will provide protection in exchange when we follow its laws. So we can provide a parallelism between religion and the Leviathan, wherein religion sets our parameters in order so that we can protect ourselves from harm. And another argument that we can have is Kierkegaard's philosophy that life is filled with mystery, and that in order to achieve one's purpose in life or life essence, we need to be able to do a leap of faith. Another argument is that this is a freedom of expression, their way of life, a personal matter. We are not saying that this is the only model for morality, but rather, ito yung mas magandang model. Kasi nga, it's been tested by time that people have benefited and motivated themselves through religion. And with that, I rest my case.
Wow! You know, the first parts there were actually okay. You know, yung nag-mention siya ng mga philosophical na mga theories patungkol kay Hobbes, no? Kay Thomas Hobbes kanina, yung Leviathan, and then Kierkegaard kanina, na-mention niya rin, yung patungkol nga sa essence of life, and then sinabi niya na nagpo-provide yung religion ng order, no? Kapag sinunod mo. So, gets natin yun. Pero ang pinakagusto kong sinabi niya, patungkol sa pagpo-provide ng relihiyon ng moralidad. Pero what is nice is, sa second speaker, na-mention niya na hindi ito yung only source of morality, but it's a really good barometer for morality. I like how it seemed very rational yung sinabi niya. Kasi na-mention ko na rin po yan mga ka-youth, di ba, sa past. Kapag nagdedebate po kayo o nakikipag-argumento kayo, when you say na, I agree na ganito yung side ninyo, pero sa aming side ganito, or kapag sinabi mo rin na, hindi lamang itong solution namin ang the only solution, pero it is a good solution, something like that. So napakagandang strategy ang ginawa ng second speaker dito, mga ka-U3.
So sabi ni John, Tresha, ang relihiyon nagsiset siya ng isang pamantayan o ng isang parameter para magkaroon tayo ng direksyon. Sabi na nga to have a religion is to live a purposeful life. To have faith ay mas magkaroon pa ng isang mas malalim na paniniwala at ng ibig sabihin sa buhay. So ano bang masasabi mo doon, Stephanie?
I would like to reiterate what the leader of the opposition said, that religion numbs the critical impulse of its believers or any person that is affiliated in any religious institution. In reality sense, religion cannot solve everything. So it's really unproductive and at the same time impractical to just wait for something to happen. In relation to that, the way how the followers naively follow whatever their leader said, no matter how irrational it is, simply showed that religion does not simply numb the critical thinking, but also the rational thinking of its followers. In terms of morality, the thing is, religion isn't the only basis of morality, that you can be a good person even without religion. In terms of laws, the implementation of laws doesn't need the sense of religious morals, rather the natural law of right and good. Therefore, the opposition team firmly negates that religion does more good than harm. I rest my case.
Okay, before that, so sinabi niya na in the implementation of laws daw, hindi na doon dapat natin na sundin pa yung mga divine law. Ano po sabi niya, yung natural law daw, which is not quite correct. Kasi sa any given society, importante na kino-consider yung belief at norms, no, at traditions sa paggawa ng mga batas. So hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, oy, dapat natural law yung susundin natin. Huwag na tayo makinig sa kung anong dikta ng reliyon. In fact, sa Pilipinas, napakaraming batas dito ang kumbaga na-i-implement ng dahil sa paniniwala at mga basic na tradisyon ng mga Pilipino. So nakulangan ako sa kanyang substantive speech dito. Siguro dahil mas naging assumption sa akin yung mga sinabi without further na support of data. Tandaan natin na kinakailangan mo ng illustrations, kinakailangan mo ng tamang mga pagbigay ng halimbawa, mga data, mga figures para mas maging malaman yung iyong argumento. Hindi pwede na magsabi ka lang na they are naive, hindi pwede na it's impractical. You have to also give a further substantiation of why it is impractical. Why is it naive? Something like that.
Magaling na sabi niya na it numbs yung critical thinking of the followers kasi nakikita natin yun in different facets of society nowadays, that it's very leader-centric now rather than religion-centric. Hindi na siya ganun katao. More on makajos siya pero hindi na makatao. I think this is a very controversial idea to be raised. Pero unang parte pa lamang yan ng ating talakayan. Marami pa tayong marinig, especially dahil maririnig naman natin ngayon. Ano nga ba ang punto ng ating mga netizens na ihahatid sa atin ng ating schoolmate na si Sky?
Thank you, Tresha. Alam mo, napakaganda ng mga nire-raise ng mga punto ng ating mga debaters. Pero sana mamaya ay mas meron tayong mga specific examples para namang may connect tayo. Medyo general lahat. Ngayon naman, tingnan natin ano bang mga pinadalang mensahe ng ating mga
Okay, kita niyo yun mga ka-U3 na so even yung host napansin niya na these are all general statements pero kinakailangan natin ng example. So good job, Sky. Simple, pero it's really true.
netizens kasi mas personal ata sa kanila ang topic na ito. Itong sinabi ni Donald Royo, for me, nakasasama. Well, throughout history, religion is the one who has influenced the people to put prejudice on their beliefs that is not okay o salungat sa paniniwala nila that leads or sum up to violence. Sabi naman ni Tenchi Calmaseno, kahit magkaiba tayo ng relihiyon, dapat patunayan at lagi tayong magbasa ng Biblia para maging mabuti tayo at maging magalang sa ating Panginoon. Sabi naman ni Percy Baek Jackson, nakabubuti para sa mga may malakas na pananampalataya. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga netizens sa pagiging involved sa ating topic. Patuloy lamang pong ninyong ipadala ang inyong mga mensahe at maaari rin po kayong magpahayag ng inyong opinion sa pamamagitan po ng pagboto kung saan po kayo papaanig sa ating debate for tonight.
Bukod dyan, schoolmates, mamaya pipili rin tayo ng best speaker na pipilian ng mga schoolmates natin dito sa TIPQC at ng ating mga schoolmates staff.
At ang ating criteria for judging ay inyong makikita sa inyong mga screens ngayon. At sa aming pagbabalik ay magpapatuloy pa ang mainitang diskusyon dito lang sa
Schoolmates! Nagbabalik ang schoolmates. Tutungo na tayo sa ating free flow discussion kung saan magbibigay kami ni Trisha ng ilang katanungan at hahayaan namin kayong magsagutan at depensa ng inyong mga argumento.
Pero syempre bago ang lahat, gusto lang namin paalalahanin yung ating audience and of course yung mga debaters natin na nandito na ang ating programa hindi nagdidikta kung ano ang tama or mali. Ang gusto lamang natin, marinig natin kung ano yung boses ng mga kabataan tungkol sa mga ganitong klaseng issue.
Mismo, Trisha, ito na ang ating unang tanong. Ano nga ba ang dapat maging role ng relihiyon sa ating pamumuhay?
To contradict the statement of the opposite bench, I would like to say that religion is not a case that it divides us, because it has unified us more than the latter. Especially after the years of colonization, we rise up to reach the Filipino dream itself. And especially in the Philippines, where the context is, it's actually like we're a religious country where a lot of us practice religion, and even though that
Okay, before that, so may contradiction na doon. Sinasabi niya na it has united us more than disuniting us. Pero sinasabi niya rin na napakarami ng reliyon sa Pilipinas. So, ano ba talaga yun? I think that's a very weak argument, no? I think instead, ang gagawin dapat nila dito is ipakita lang yung mga goodness na nakukuha natin sa reliyon that it would outweigh. Kasi naman ang main topic, di ba? Medyo risky move yung kanyang ginawa, pero na-appreciate ko at least kinonfront na yung head-on yung argumento ng kabila.
we have a different diversity is still welcome here in the Philippines, and that our morality and the Constitution is actually based from the religion itself, because that's where our morality comes from, and especially that a man's interpretation of his faith is not what actually, if a man defends it as a wrongdoing, it is not actually what religion promotes or practices, because religion, on the other hand, practices their laws, which a specific religion has laws and which they do not contradict or use it as a defense as a man's contradiction of himself.
So,
Okay,
earlier,
medyo kinabahan, which is very common, no? But still, I appreciate her effort, pero yun nga, medyo napangunahan siya ng nervyos doon. Pero yun nga, palagi ko, it's not a very nice strategy to do that. I would suggest na doon na lang sila mag-focus doon sa goodness, no? Yung mga universal truths, yung mga benefits sa atin as a whole, dapat mas maganda na doon sila mag-focus dito.
sabi niyo po yung how religion numbs the critical thinking of the person. But the thing is, there's such a thing as healthy fear. Wherein, because of the fear, we already know it's something bad. We don't need to experience it in order to know that it's bad. So that's why there's such things as laws. That's healthy fear. There's such thing as danger sign, caution signs. That's healthy fear. That's not us numbing our own pain, our own critical thinking. That's us knowing that something's going to harm us. So would you rather that people experience pain first in order to have critical thinking than protect themselves in the first place?
However, if we're talking about application, healthy fear is not really applicable in our context, because kung gagamitin lang natin yung healthy fear as a reason to dictate a person how they should live their lives, edi hindi na yun healthy fear, because we're just dictating them. Religion should be a guide, hindi dictate. And nagiging problem na dahil nagiging dictation na siya, nagiging exclusive na siya, hindi inclusive, because you need in religion, especially in specific religions in our Philippines, kailangan may ganito kang gawin, may ganito kang isunod para masabi na miyembro ka, na nananampalataya ka, na sumusunod ka. Kaya dapat hindi ganun ang religion, kasi religion should be a guide, kasi sabi nyo, it's a guide for a person to live their life, not how a person should dictate their life. So therefore, kung may healthy fear sila na sinasabi, bakit natin kailangan na takutin mismo yung mga tao kung ano dapat yung mga ganitong bagay? Fear is being scary, right?
So as you said earlier nga, bakit natin kinakatakot yung mga tao? But the thing is, religion is about a belief system of a supreme being. People are fearing other people because people are using religion in order to advance their own benefit. So it's the people, the human error that they're using in order for people to fear them. Hindi religion, because religion is about God, not about man. And the thing is, you're pointing out that men are fearing other men, but religion is about God itself.
Religion is also a factor, but not only the people itself. It's also a factor that makes them have the decisions that they make. So, in order for a people to do something bad, the religion also has a factor in it. So, it means that yung religion natin, hindi lang sinasabi na, eto nga, kunyari, yung may pupuntahan kang hindi maganda, or after ng ginawa mo may pupuntahan kang hindi maganda. So, it means na, yung religion is factor lang, isa siya sa mga factors kung bakit nagkakaroon ng fear yung tao or yung takot dun sa religion nila.
Okay, before that, this is a very difficult debate to do, to be honest with you guys. Bakit? Kasi masyadong malawak yung saklaw ng reliyon, ano? If ako yung nag-craft ng motion ito, sana mas ginawan lang specific na the religions in the Philippines are doing more harm than good. Hindi lang yung parang overall. Kasi in this limited time, masyadong kulang yung discussions na mangyayari dito eh. Kasi kunwari ganito, like in this case, yung mga argumento nila is more general. So as viewers tayo, parang we just have to imagine na lang kung anong reliyon kayong nag-fit sa sinasabi nila, ano? Could have been better if They say na, yun nga, localized na sa Pilipinas, na ang Roman Catholic religion, which is the main religion, is doing more harm than good. Or Islam, or other Christian sects or denominations kaya. So mas maganda sana na ganun. Pero naintindihan ko rin kasi nga ayaw naman nila maka-offend, Kaya ang ginawa ng mga organizers dito is they made this na topic na lang, na more general na lang. Kasi dito masyadong kalat yung kanilang approach eh.
So it is a factor, right, you said. But the minority does not represent the majority of the people that are following it. It's just because there are people who uses it as a defense, but it is not the reason mainly why, because religion does not practice it or promote it itself. So the argument that what you said is that religion is more of a personal choice, and like what we said earlier, it's more of a personal choice and not mandatory. It's just there's people who use it as a societal norms and conventional standards, which is also a system that we should evaluate. Just because people cannot explain or differentiate science versus culture, it doesn't mean that it is bad.
Okay, wait lang nabanggit nyo, science, belief, sige. Medyo palawigin pa natin. Gusto ko lang kasing marinig na bigyan nyo kami ng isang example kung saan nakabuti.
See, yun ang sinasabi natin eh. So masyado silang naging broad in the sense, kaya dapat maging specific po talaga. Yung discussion medyo malabo. So tingnan natin.
Ang relihiyon sa role nito sa pamumuhay ng tao and kailan siya nakasama bilang isang pamantayan sa pamumuhay.
Yeah. Kunwari, di ba, sa education, sa politics, sa reproductive health, ay nako, ang daming saklaw ng edukasyon na nakaka-apekto sa pag-implement ng ating mga batas. And yung mga batas natin, yun yung nagiging guide natin. Pero maganda rin dapat na i-focus din nila yung discussion on what is the secular law and God's law. Maganda rin sana na ma-discuss nila yung dito. So, tingnan natin.
Sinasabi niyo na personal choice ang religion, hindi siya mandatory, right? But in a sense, pag nabubuhay tayo tao, may religion na agad tayo na sinusundan. So how should we say na personal choice siya, na hindi siya mandatory, if in the first place, pag pinanganak na tayo, meron ng religion na nakaset sa atin and dinidikta tayo kung paano tayo mabuhay based on our family's religion as well?
Tsaka in regards to question, religion should unify us. But there's this thing called fundamentalists and radicals na talagang mag-go into extreme dahil sa kanilang paniniwala. At isa ito sa mga threshold kung bakit nagkakaroon ng division. Imbes na i-unify tayo, ang nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng division. And
you have to be more specific. Sabihin mo directly, merong iba mga nagiging terorista because of their fundamentalist belief. It's very interesting if you look at, for example, Islam in general. Pupunta ka ng Saudi Arabia, their level ng pagiging Muslim ay kaiba ng kanilang pag-practice on the strictness kumpara sa quote-unquote moderate na mga Muslim. Kunwari sa Malaysia, which is a bit different, or Turkey, iba rin yung kanilang level ng quote-unquote moderation or not. Yung iba talaga na hardcore, yung sa mga Middle East nga, na yung gusto mag-establish ng Islamic State, for example. So yun yung sinasabi niya dito na fundamentalism. And hindi lang po yan limitado sa Islam, mga ka-youth. In the old times, ay nako, ano pala yung mga crusades natin? Ano pala yung ginagawa ng mga Kristiyano at ng mga Roman Catholics nung panahon? Ano din ang masasabi sa persecution sa mga ibang relihiyon? So ganun po talaga yung dynamics ng relihiyon, which really proves the point of conflict and division among our societies.
it's contradictory to religion's goal. And also, as example, the Paris attack or even the attacks from the
other
example. Countries, specifically to Southeast Asian, marami rampant yung mga sabi na pray for this, pray for that, but siguro mas okay if we first-handedly or kahit hindi first-handedly help, for example, donate. Yes, we do acknowledge that praying is important, na meron talaga yung natutulong, pero we think that it is yung pagtutulong talaga na financially, big chunk of help yung nabibigay niya.
Okay, before that, so for the opposition, the question here would be, kung ayaw nyo ng relihiyon, if you think that it does more harm than good, so what should be done? So medyo mahirap yung kanang situation kasi nga, we are in a quote-unquote religious country. Pero ano ang end goal ninyo si opposition? Would you say na dapat limitahan yung mga relihiyon? Dapat, kung ikaw ay believer, wag mong totally na i-subject yung sarili mo, na i-practice mo pa rin yung personal choice or preference mo instead of really faithfully following what is said? Kasi pwede mong sabihin na ang dinidikta kasi sa isang particular na reliyon, pwede maging poison yun eh. Kunwari, pwede mong sabihin ganun, no? O ang dinidikta ng isang particular na reliyon para lang sa kanang sariling kapakanan. The challenge for the opposition is to also present an alternative to what we have right now. Kung it does more harm than good, so what should we do next? Yun ang tinatawag natin na implication of the argumentation.
So,
as you said earlier, fundamentals and extremes, those are
Extremists.
a minority of the religious people that are in the Philippines. Kasi nga, extreme part siya. People are not moderating themselves. That's why they're harming other people. So why would you rather focus on the people that are doing wrong, that the religious people that are doing wrong, rather than the religious people that are doing right? So another thing about that you said, that stated earlier nga po ni Ate Tricia, is yung specific example. There have been a lot of religious groups, Christian, Muslim, whatever. They have been giving charities all over the world, wherein they would feed the poor and they would provide funds for the poor.
Okay, before that, this is really interesting. Before itong punto niya sa charities, gusto ko lang i-highlight na hindi niya binigyan itong speaker na ito ng next na action. Ano ngayon kung merong extremists, merong moderates, merong conservative, ano ngayon ang dapat nating gawin? Well, dahil nga sa fundamentalism, yun yung mga nagiging source ng violence most of the time, no? Dahil nga extremist sila no? Kami yung extreme, gusto namin ito ang the best na relihiyon. Ano ang dapat na gawin ng mga moderates? Sana ma-discuss din nila yan. Kasi yun ang problema sa atin, sa mga malalaking religion especially, na kapag may ginawang kalokohan, pero sinasabi nila na okay lang yan kasi part lang yan ng kumbaga hindi naman yung nire-represent na yung main talaga na belief system natin. But then what are you doing? Are you not stopping them? Kasi if you're not stopping them, would it mean that you're just allowing them to do that and you tolerate the violence, you tolerate the bad things, you tolerate the corruption?
So how is that not beneficial?
You mentioned about the extremist minority, right? Even if they are a minority, we cannot disregard kung minority lang sa kanila. Kasi yung mga minority na sinasabi natin, yung mga ginagawa nila,
nice.
It causes a large impact. Tignan mo nga, it's headlining the news. Paris attacks. In Philippine context, pwede natin gamitin yung Mindanao attacks when a lot of religions are being used as a way to attack other religions na it's very critical na sabihin to, pero pupugutan ka ng ulo pag hindi ka naniwala sa Diyos nila at hindi ka mag-pray sa Diyos nila. So how can we just disregard that it's just a minority when in fact yung minority na yun, it causes a major impact in our society because yun yung pinakamalaking nagaganap sa religion today. And in addition, yes, we acknowledge na religion has its benefits na nagbibigay siya ng charity work and all that. However, we are focusing on how practical it is. Hindi namin sinasabi na hindi nagbibigay ng tulong ang religion, pero kung gagamitin natin siya in a general practical sense, ang religion hindi siya lang basta-basta nakakabuti kasi sinasabi nga, if we use your logic, napaka-minority ng decision nila na magbibigay lang sila ng tulong kasi na-overshadow siya kung gaano kadaming false ang nagaganap sa religion today.
Paano nga ba mareresolba o mababawasan ng religious conflict sa isang bansa?
Very
can
nice
propose
question.
your own
Very nice
model,
question.
or you can also say na no, this is fine. We are doing fine.
So here, nakikita natin na maganda yung question na ito dahil nga ginaguide ng mga questions yung discussion mismo. Kasi kanina, without the host intervening, medyo magulo. At least ngayon, nagkakaroon na ng direksyon yung kanilang debate. And ito nga, what is your model? What is your suggestion then? Anong gagawin? Okay.
There is such a thing as human error. So the thing is, if people were more tolerable about other people's belief systems and able to actually moderate themselves in terms of religiosity, then religion would actually would be able to maximize its benefits actually and would do better. But the thing is, because of human error and because people misinterpret what religion is trying to say, people are starting wars, as you said, and doing bad things in the name of religion. But the thing is, religion is not saying that you should practice that. That's what we're trying to say here.
And there are actually a lot of academic and intellectual movements that are actually intolerate fundamental beliefs. We need to understand religion, that there are different cases of natures of beliefs of all kinds, and respectfully study religion because we need to, if you want to understand how a society works at a large scale, we also need to understand how it works in a small scale.
And also, in addition to that, she said intellectual benefits. And to cite an example, just to strengthen our argument, Harvard and our institutions here in the Philippines were actually started by parishes and religious groups. So that's actually a contribution to the Philippines and into the intellectual of the masses.
So on our side, it should be inclusivity and not exclusivity.
Okay, before that, napansin nyo ba? So itong second speaker ng positive side, so may mga gusto siyang point na sabihin. Ako, my recommendation, which is actually what we do in actual na debate, pero I just wonder bakit hindi nila ginagawa dito, no? Kasi wala silang mga papel, wala silang mga notes dito. It could have been better if meron. So kasi po, ito po sa actual na debate, what we do is meron kaming mga papel, katulad ng ginagawa ko, Itong papel na mga observations mo or yung mga punto na nakikita mo. So, ang gagawin mo niyan, ibibigay mo yan sa next speaker mo para ma-strengthen yung case ninyo. And for this case, I suggest, isusulat niyo yung point niya, ibigay niyo yung kanyang notes sa kabila. Itong second speaker nga dito, i-trace mo tong point na to. Pwede kayong actually mag-share ng notes para ma-refine yung mga arguments ninyo at para mas ma-convince ninyo yung inyong audience.
Because religion nowadays is leader-centric, not people-centric. So, yung nasusunod na lang madalas is not the people or the people inside the religion itself, but the leader who leads the community or the religion itself. So, kailangan pakinggan din natin yung naramdaman or yung inaano ng mga tao natin. Kasi, yun ay also a part of freedom of expression. So, people inside the religion should know how to express themselves and not being controlled by the religion and by the leader of their religion.
I see. Okay. Medyo ramdam ko yung pagka-tense natin sa pag-express ng thought natin regarding, but it's all right because naman to very controversial, very sensitive topic, especially in a religious country.
Right.
Pero, hindi naman yan ang maghihinder sa atin para malaman pa natin kung ano nga ba naman ang naiisip ng ating mga audiences mula sa mga tanong ng ating audiences na malalaman natin sa pagbabalik yan ng Schoolmates!
Pero kailangan Welcome back, Schoolmates! Mainit ang ating diskusyon, napapanahon at sensitibo pero kailangan natin pag-usapan. Ngayon naman gusto kong mas palapitin sa atin yung topic, kung gawin natin personal para sa ating mga buhay, gawin natin mas malapit sa mga puso natin yung topic natin. At tutulungan tayo nila AC at saka ni Kenny sa kanilang mga katanungan.
Okay.
Ngayon, AC, ano yung tanong?
Yung tanong ko po, personally po, kailangan ko po ba ng religion para maging mabuting tao? Kasi marami po akong napapansin na may mga taong madalas pumunta sa mga religious houses nila, gawin yung activities nila, pero parang wala naman pong nadudulot or nangyayari sa personal nilang buhay.
Ay, nako. Totoo yan. It's an easy answer, I would say, na if you really follow the teachings, in general, kung isusundin naman natin yung mga tinuturo ng mga doktrina ng majority ng mga religions, hindi naman masama, in general. Pero, yun nga, hindi naman yun ang only source lamang ng morality. That's the reality. Actually, yung pagkakaroon ng mga societies with the belief of a supreme being is actually part of the whole human civilization struggle. Kasi psychologically, you have to think about it. Ang isang tao, in general, ay hindi komportable sa isang buhay na pulo ng unpredictability. Kasi isa sa mga largest na mysteries ng life is what happens next when you die? Is there really life after that? Yan ang isa sa mga main na sinasagot ng lahat ng relihiyon. Merong ganung sagot ang relihiyon na meron ngang life after death, merong reincarnation, merong heaven, meron kang virgins. It is to calm our souls. Yan po talaga ang isa sa psychological reasons why we, as a civilization, we believe that there is God, we believe that there is an afterlife. Dahil makes us more content and secure sa ating mga sarili that we have a thinking na meron tayong kalalagyan pagkatapos ng buhay na ito.
Namin sinasabi na na religion should not be ganito ganyan. Pero it is up to you kung pipiliin mo talaga yung religion. Like they said, mandatory yung religion. However, hindi na nagiging mandatory in our sense, in our society today. Pero sinasabi namin, religion is not the only way para masabi mo na tama ka or mali. Kasi madaming mga pwedeng gawin yan. Mismo sa'yo, pwede mo simulan sa'yo kung isipin mo kung tama or mali yung decision mo. Hindi mo kailangan ng religion ng isang supreme being lang para idiktan kung tama or mali yung ginagawa mo.
Totoo naman na yung morality naman hindi lang siya based sa isang particular na belief system. However, hindi lahat ng tao merong ganyang pananaw, merong ganyang ability to filter, quote-unquote, just based on natural law. For example, very basic, pwede mong sabihin na common sense naman yun na huwag kang pumatay ng ibang tao, di ba? Kasi karapatan din ng tao ng ibang tao na mag-exist din sila. So bakit mo sila papatayin? Napakadaling isipin yan. But as to the other smaller things in life, it is easier for others just to follow a particular religion dahil nandun na yung set ng standard na kanilang pinaniniwalaan. At hindi lahat ng tao kayang quote-unquote mag-isip lang at mag-filter ng kanilang own morality. And that's the reality.
Nagsisimula kasi yan sa'yo at hindi mo kailangan ng ibang tao para diktahan ka kung tama ba or mali ang ginagawa mo.
the other side could answer too.
So ayun, people have different understandings rin kasi of religion. If we're going to think of it, people who go to church nga and you say na hindi nga nagbabago, it isn't the religion's fault but rather how they understand or interpret religion as well. For me, it is good na naniniwala ka sa religion kasi religion gives you a limits of what you can do. It gives you a basis of what is right and wrong. That when in the afterlife you do something wrong, you have an idea that in the afterlife you do something wrong, you might go to a place where there is eternal suffering. And if you do something good, then you could have an afterlife wherein everything else is better, everything else is calm. So with that being said, I think na giving religion or using religion as a basis for what is right and wrong is also good because it gives you a limit of what you can and can't do.
Alright, maraming salamat. Ngayon naman, Kenny, ano ang iyong katanungan?
Recently kasi, there's been this specific church leader that has been arrested for corruption, human trafficking, and many other dubious deeds. And also, throughout history na rin kasi, there are, especially the religious heads that has been accused by many acts
Marami,
na
yeah,
illegal, like
kalokohan,
abuse and the things such as that. May I just ask, what could you say about them? What is your opinion about sa yung mga religious leader na to?
So, as you stated earlier, specific church leader and a number of accounts. But there are also other accounts of religious people, pastors and ministers and other religious leaders that have benefited the people. And even in the philosophical aspects, where Saint Augustine has given us a model and some philosophies in life that people can follow. So just because there are specific people that have done bad in the name of religion, as stated earlier nga po, hindi ibig sabihin na religion itself is bad na at its core. Yun po.
What can I say about these specific leaders? Yung nagiging problema kasi is yung ginagamit na mismo nila yung religion as a way to inherit all those negative emotions, negative actions. Yun yung nagiging problema. Ginagamit na natin yung religion as a way to do a lot of actions. Kasi sasabihin natin, it is in the name of what our supreme being is. Ito yung sinabi ng supreme being natin, ito dapat yung inano natin, which is bad. Hindi dapat tayo sumusunod lang sa tao porket ito yung sinabi, ito yung nilimit sa atin, ito yung dinikta, ito yung nakalagay sa relihiyon na yun. Maling-mali na na para sa mga specific leaders na yun na parang gamitin nila yung religion as a way to inherit a lot of hate comments, a lot of negativity in their mind para lang ilabas nila yon in a discreet way. Ginagamit lang talaga nila yung religion as a way as an outlet to feed off their negativity. Yun lang yung masasabi ko doon.
Maraming salamat, Michael. Maraming mga puntos ang nagsilabasan sa ating debate, pero mamaya bibigyan natin ng pagkakataon ng ating mga debaters sa isara ang kanilang mga argumento. Yan sa pagbabalik ng Schoolmate!
Welcome back, schoolmates! Naging maganda ang talakayan natin ngayong gabi. Kaya naman, congratulations sa ating magagaling na mga debaters. Palakpakan naman natin.
Yes, pero syempre hindi pa nagtatapos ang laban dyan dahil ngayon
Closing.
naman ay bibigyan natin sila ng pagkakataon para isara ang kanilang mga argumento. Simulan natin sa government side.
To wrap up our case, we want to clarify that the positive impact, especially in a small scale, is a big benefit in our society mainly. So imagine if it goes into a large scale, it will benefit more people, especially in uplifting the status quo. And for example, in
Okay, before that, yung nakikita ko, nagsastutter na tong si Thea and sana hindi na siya yung ginawang leader dito, or at least yung nag-close. So, pwede naman yun na hindi necessarily na yung first speaker nyo, yung nagbigay ng opening statement, siya din yung magko-close. Pwede namang iba. Kasi I feel na medyo uptight si Thea. So, sana it's either yung lalaki kanina or yung the other woman speaker here.
medical missions, charity work, livelihood programs, and rehabilitation programs itself. It lessens it boosts up the psychological, mental, and spiritual health of the Filipino people. And next, for the second argument, is that we need to, in evaluating beliefs, we need to evaluate if this disadvantages really outweigh the advantages itself. So therefore, we believe that religion really does more good than harm. And I rest my case.
Maraming salamat, Thea. Ikaw naman, Michael.
In conclusion, I would like to reiterate our points. Religion is not a way to just solve all your problems, and religion should not be a way to just limit your critical thinking and morality, and religion should not be causes a lot of conflict in our society, in our country specifically. So religion causes more harm than good because, in a sense, in our individual sense, our critical thinking is limited. What we think is up to what religion should dictates us. So therefore, we should not let religion decide what we should think is right or wrong. We should not let religion get in a way of our society, of our country, and our development, because there's a lot of conflicts there. And a lot of disadvantages outweigh the advantages of how religion causes more harm than good. Therefore, we strongly believe that religion causes more harm than good. Therefore, we rest our case.
Gab, Tresha, napakaganda ng nangyari nating debate. Pero ngayon, pagkakataon ni Jendrick na nakita ko kanina pa naghahanda para sa kanyang reflection. Kaya naman iibahin ko yung tanong ko sa kanya. Hindi religion yung itatanong ko. Jendrick, joke lang. And then Jendrick, gusto ko lang malaman, ano ang pinaka natutunan mo sa nangyari nating debate?
So it was a great debate. I can see that each individual have presented well-constructed arguments bounded with evidences. They are also articulate and have presented well their points. And the debate of religion has fair points to discuss, and it was a bit hard for me to weigh things down. The side that believes that religion is bad presented
More
strong arguments that
Yep.
like
I agree.
the fact that it provides barriers, division, and chaos to our society because of the different beliefs or teaching of different religions. On the other hand, the side who believes that religion is good successfully opened the case and presented well how religion was misinterpreted by people, and it should not be blamed as cause of disunity or disharmony. And instead, we need to understand that it molds the values and beliefs of people, and it brings a sense of connection to humankind. In conclusion, we are in the Philippines setting, going against a tradition that every Filipino practice is hard to do, but we cannot deny the fact that religion brings harm, and brings harm that causes disruption in people's lives.
At syempre, hindi magiging maganda ang ating episode ngayong gabi kung hindi dahil sa ating mga galing na speakers and ang ating audience. Palakpakan ninyo yung mga
So TIP, TIP.
Pero, meron tayong mas papalakpakan dahil meron tayong napiling Best Speaker.
Yes,
Sa tingin nyo, sino yun? Wala.
Best speaker, yung lalaki from the opposition. He was very calm, and he was able to have some really good rebuttals. So, para sa akin, yung lalaki, second speaker nitong sa opposite side.
Sino?
Sino ang best speaker?
Sino?
Destan daw si...
Gusto ko yung kinukuha niya yung mic. Sino? Sigaw mo lang.
Sino yun?
Eto na, Sky Tresha. Dahil sa kanyang pinakitang husay at galing sa pakikipagdebate at mga debatas na talagang nagpabilib sa atin, ang ating best speaker ay si Michael Madrid.
Yeah, Michael.
Yun.
Yep.
Michael, congratulations.
Ayaw mo bang tanggapin ang iyong certificate?
Dito ka, congratulations. At masaya siya, ikaw ang nanalo. Congratulations.
Congrats, bro.
Pero syempre, congratulations din sa iba nating mga debaters. Ang gagaling. You are all well-versed. Congratulations, Michael. Maaari ka nang bumalik doon.
Sky Tresha, dun sa debate natin, yung topic napakalawak tsaka napakasensitibo, di ba, schoolmates?
Yep.
So ako, nakakabuti ba o nakakasama ang relihiyon? Sa ating bansa, ang basehan natin kung tama o mali ang isang bagay ay ang ating batas o ang konstitusyon. Diba? Ito yung parameters. At sa konstitusyon na to, dito nakapaloob yung freedom of religion at saka yung separation of church and state. Freedom of religion, yun yung basic human right, ang pananampalataya. Free tayong i-exercise kung ano yung faith natin, kung ano yung gusto nating paniwalaan. At sa kabilang banda, yung separation of church and state, pinanganak noong liberal democracy para maiwasan yung conflict of interest. Ngayon, pag pinag-uusapan to, isa sa pinaka-naalala ko, yung importanteng tao sa history natin. Yung kinikilala nating pambansang bayani, si Dr. Jose Rizal. Sinulat niya doon sa libro niya yung mga pang-aabuso ng mga praile which led to the Philippine Revolution. Pero para kay Kuya Gab, ang pagkakamali ng ilang individual o ng mga tao ay hindi representasyon ng isang paniniwala o relihiyon. At ikalawa, ang freedom of religion ay hindi exemption sa rule of law. Lahat ng tao, ano man ang disposisyon o paniniwala sa buhay, accountable tayo sa batas. Ang tanong, nakakabuti ba siya o nakakasama? Para sa akin, sa konteksto ng ating bansa, na may demokrasya, nakakabuti siya. Bakit? Because it produces pluralism. Ibig sabihin nun, schoolmates, may pantay-pantay na representasyon at ang iba't ibang sektor at interes ng mga tao sa isang komunidad. And when there is pluralism, there is political liberty at merong tinatawag na collaboration at awareness na may pagkakaiba-iba tayo at ang kailangan lang ay pag-iintindi at respeto.
Yeah, kinakailangan natin ng tolerance. Sana na-highlight din natin yan kanina sa debate, sa mga speakers na ito. Pero I totally agree. Pero gusto ko lang i-mention yung point dito as to the freedom of religion. Always remember na yung konsepto po ng freedom of religion natin sa ating bansa na ginagaranti nga ng ating constitution is also the freedom to not have a religion.
That's right. Galing naman ni Kuya Gab. Ang gandang perspective, no, nung pinakita ni Gab.
Pluralism.
But, ako simple lang naman yung gusto kong sabihin dito sa topic na to. Kasi, we just need to respect our differences as people regardless of kung ano man pagkakaiba yan. Differences in gender, differences in age, societal status, etc. Simple lang, kung paano mo tignan yung ibang tao, kung paano siya bilang maging tao, kung paano mo tratuhin ang isang tao, kung paano siya sa pagiging tao. And we just respect each other as human beings. Yun lang, tao lang tayo lahat.
Yes.
Siguro sa akin, call to action na lang siguro sa lahat, no? Religion should be viewed should be viewed in partial neutrality. You should look at it in the good parts and the bad parts. At lagi natin tandaan na ang relihiyon ay dapat nag-i-include sa tao. So whatever are the rights of the people should also be considered by your religion. Kung hindi man ito, then siguro time na mag-isip ka. Yun lang naman yun sa akin. Yun, di ba?
Yes.
Galing.
That's true.
Alright. Okay mga ka-UT, dyan po nagtatapos. Hirap ng debate na ito. Mahirap siya in the sense dahil napaka-broad ng kanilang topic. Initially, I was very excited pero nakita ko kasi nung first discussions nila, medyo abstract na masyado. So I recommend in organizing these kinds of religious debates, for example, especially na patungkol ito sa isang lipunan, ito ay patungkol sa konteksto ng Philippine society, dapat talaga mas kinontextualize nila. Hindi masamang magbigay ng halimbawa. You have to be more specific. Roman Catholics, this is what happened. For INC, this is what has been happening. Or for Islam, this is what has been happening. Pero yun nga, medyo sensitive kasi siya and nakikita naman natin na medyo uptight ngayong mga discussants dito mga ka-U3, no? But anyway, I really appreciate na nag-effort yung school sa magkaroon ng ganitong pag-uusap. Napakaganda in the sense na na-encourage yung ating critical thinking. At yan ang lagi natin sinasabi sa Usap-Usap University, ang ating goal. Nasabi ko nga na we encourage people to appreciate discussions and then kung sa iba na mas gusto nila umanib ng isang particular na relihiyon dahil sa kanilang nakita na good points based on how we analyze or break down some debates or discussions, we're more than happy to be a bridge po sa satisfaction ng mga kaluluwa ng mga tao, mga ka-U3. And in general, it still is a good discussion dahil nakikita natin yung involvement pa rin ng mga kabataan. Ako basta mga nakita ako ng mga bata na nagdedebate, nag-argumentasyon, ang ganda po dahil kinakailangan natin ng critical thinking, ang critical skills natin ay napaka-importante sa success mo sa buhay mo. At syempre, parang din sa iyong own na set of standard and beliefs. But anyway mga ka-UT, that's it for now. Salamat po sa panonood. And if you like these kinds of videos mga ka-UT, please click subscribe here. Pwede rin panoorin tong video na yan. At saka yan din, don't forget to thumbs up kasi pag thumbs up nyo po mga ka-U3, para pong sinasabihan nyo yung YouTube na i-recommenda yung videos natin sa iba pang mga nanonood sa YouTube. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace! Bye-bye!